Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Here we've got the situation that Ethereum has pulled back really to the maximum that it should do in a fourth wave. We talked about it in the previous video that this here could be a 5-wave move unfolding, but it showed some weakness compared to Bitcoin. And you often would think that they have to move in similar ways, but they don't. They don't have to. And Elliott Waves tells us very clearly at which point do we have to consider a certain wave pattern, compared to another one. So for example, here the situation is that we can rally in this third wave here in yellow, but we need to hold for that basically the 1880 level. I did explain in the previous video why. The 1880 level is very important. A break below that will increase massively the chances of a larger, I don't want to say breakdown, but a much larger pullback. And if we go below 1880 and sustain there, I would assume that wave 2 here, which at the moment I assume bottomed on the 9th of April here at 1828, that this wave 2 is still unfolding, because at the moment we have only 3 waves up, as you can see. The wave 4 pullback is very deep. Phenomenal reward to risk from here, but it is a very deep pullback, which then increases the likelihood of the pattern to break down. That we see Bitcoin outperform Ethereum is no surprise. We talked about that in previous videos on the ETH BTC chart, that Ethereum is currently being outperformed by Bitcoin. And we see that, and that's not a surprise. What else is there to highlight? Well, and that's why they can be in a different wave structure on the USD charts. What would happen now if we break below that 1880 level? Well, it's fairly simple. We would then only have 3 waves up. So remember that I highlighted to you that I treat this as suspicious, that this wave 2 is already over, because it didn't complete an ideal structure to the downside. The Y wave was very short, but we talked about that in previous videos. So the fact that the WXY was not perfect, I mean, the WXY is never perfect. Normally you're looking for an ABC anyway. Now, if it's not an ABC, yeah, it can be a WXY. But the Y wave, if that is very short, then it certainly would make you consider that maybe this correction was never finished. And therefore, if you have a correction that looks incomplete, you need to wait for, well, at least I prefer to wait for additional levels of confirmation to confirm that something is bottomed. And even though we reverse out of the trend reversal area, it shows some weakness, and it would really need to rally now in this 5th wave. If it pulls back deeper, it will probably come back into the larger orange support area, which goes down to $1,800 pretty much. And then I would assume that this wave 2 actually is unfolding as a flat pattern, that we have this situation, A wave, B wave, very high B wave, and the C wave down. There's a good chance then to reach the 1800 level eventually. Okay, and that's sort of the situation here. It would really need to rally now. Signal that the 5th wave has started would be a break above 1928. At the moment we're at 1892, so there's a bit of work to do. But until we see that break, we have to consider this could just be a 3-wave move up. It did what it needs to do, but it now needs the 5th wave. Then we can consider this the first wave of the next wave here on the roadmap, the 3rd wave. Right, so hopefully that makes sense. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.